Welcome. Today, we're going to be embracing our self compassion and our ability to be our own best friend. Most of us, unfortunately, are not always as kind to ourselves as we are to our friends or even to people we don't like very much. And this is because we all have conditioning. We all grow up with certain circumstances, and often in our culture, this leads to self criticism, doubting oneself, not feeling worthy of our own self love. The good news is we can change that. We can really become worthy of our own friendship, our own inner support. So I like to start this process by exploring some statements that you're going to just check in and see, is this true for me? And if it isn't, would I like it to be true for me? So before we even begin, let's just ground our energy, just feeling your feet and your seat and taking some nice breaths, just breathing in and breathing out fully. Let's do a few more nice, deep, slow breaths. And this just lets us center and calm and come into our body. Because one of the gifts of self compassion, of inner friendship, is being with ourself and with all of our sensations. That includes our emotions, our body's experience, what's difficult, what's easy, what's great, what's hard, all of it. Okay, so just take another nice deep breath. And if there's anything as you exhale, you want to shake out, wiggle, shake your hands a bit, move your body, twist a little, whatever you need. And when I do that, it makes me realize I want to take a slightly different seat in my chair. I want to arrange my body a little differently to just give me more of that presence in my body. Okay, so now let's look at these statements and consider how you relate to them. I try to be understanding and patient towards the aspects of my personality that I don't like. So I'm going to say that in a more natural way. I'm kind to myself when I don't like something about myself. Is that true for you? Is that not true? Do you still like yourself even when you mess up or you say something that's embarrassing or you lose it a little bit with someone you love or you fail at something? How do you do with that liking of yourself even in those moments? So we might recognize, oh wow, no, I'm very mean to myself. I really want to like myself more. Or we might realize, yeah, I'm quite nice to myself actually. I'm a pretty good friend. So that's awesome. You're already self-compassionate then. You might realize, well, sometimes I'm really hard on myself in certain situations, and in other situations, I've learned to be kind to myself. And that's great. We can all learn to do this. I remember once being in a almost car accident, one of those moments where like you hit the brake. I had that kind of car that the brakes went on even extra strong for me. It was a jerky, scary experience, and I almost hurt someone else. So I was full of self anger and immediately reacted very harshly to myself. And of course, at the same time, I was working on being self loving and compassionate. And so I understood very quickly, oh, wow, this is a moment to be kind to myself. It's okay. I just got angry at myself, but I can apply compassion here. I didn't see whatever it was. I wasn't aware. And of course, I'm very sorry about that. And yet, I can be my own best friend and say something internally like, it's going to be okay. No one was hurt. You're okay. The other person's okay. These things happen. So that's how in a lived, real experience this might play out. Here's another question. I don't ignore my pain. Instead, I take care of myself. Well, it's more of a statement. So are you able to take care of yourself when you're feeling pain? This could be emotional pain, physical pain, misunderstanding, embarrassment. Are you able to take care of yourself when you feel pain? And it's okay if you're not right now. You might notice, no, I do this other thing. I distract myself, or I get angry instead. Or other people tell me I get angry instead of being listening. Or maybe you try to shut down that voice of pain because you don't want to be negative, or you don't have time to be with pain. So it's good to recognize where are things at right now, and what would it be like to feel pain and say, okay, I feel you and I will take care of you. And what would that mean? Would that mean slowing down? Would that mean resting? Would that mean reassuring oneself? What does it mean to take care of your pain? And as you think about this, just give your body a moment here to digest and be with this shift of knowing that you want to be a resource to yourself, that you don't want to push past, shove away, distract, or ignore pain. You want to be there for your own pain. The good thing is that when we can be there for our own pain, it relaxes. It changes on its own. Just our presence, just our ability to be self-compassionate is like a healing elixir to any kind of pain we have. Now, that doesn't mean if we've injured ourselves, the injury is suddenly healed, but the injury will heal more easily as we care for ourselves. And that's the same on the emotional level. You probably have witnessed children when they get hurt, and if someone yells at them at the moment they're hurt, they feel the pain much more. If someone is reassuring and lets them know they'll be okay, they not only stop crying, but they feel better. The pain lessens. And we are all that too. We are all like children in our reaction to our own reassurance, our own ability to be compassionate to ourselves. So let's look at one more statement here. I know that part of being human is sometimes disappointing myself or feeling inadequate. Is that true for you? Is part of being human sometimes feeling inadequate, sometimes disappointing yourself? So where do you relate to that? Would it be nice to have that belief, or would you change the wording a little bit? It's okay to be a human. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to screw up sometimes. It's okay to drop a plate and pick up a plate. It's okay to be me. I can be myself. What's a statement that feels true to you? So go ahead and write down a self-compassionate statement about being human that feels true for you. Whatever that is, it could be, I give myself permission to make mistakes. It could be, I love myself even when I'm not doing what I wish I could do. Whatever it is, write down a true statement for you of self-compassion and freedom to be human. And then when you have that statement, read it or say it to your body. Let your body absorb that. In your words, there is energy. And as you say it to your body, you might want to put your hand on your heart and gently tap your heart. I'm going to use a really simple one. It's okay to be me. It's okay to be me. Or I'm free to be myself. I'm free to be myself. I give myself permission to screw up. I give myself permission to screw up. I'm human and won't do things perfectly. I'm human and won't do things perfectly. So I just, spoke out loud several of those statements. And that's really supportive. If we can do that for ourselves, that's a practice that you might want to begin. And when you do that practice, feeling it in your whole body. So I hope that today's lesson connects to you and your own desire to heal any inner criticism with compassion and to practice that self-compassion. In relationship, that might show up when we say something we didn't want to say. Maybe we say something hurtful. Maybe we threaten. Maybe we withdraw love in some way. And in that moment, instead of becoming more angry or more armored or kind of becoming our pain, we can notice, we can recognize, wow, that was a mess up. And I'm human, I mess up. So how do I make a recovery now? Offer ourselves love in that moment. And then it can be as simple as, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Or um, do you mind if we take a break and come back into this conversation with intention? And I really apologize. It makes it easier to be compassionate externally when we can be compassionate internally. Sometimes that self-compassion has to come later in the day. Like, have you ever gotten into bed at night and start to replay all the ways you wish you had said something differently during the day, or all the ways you wish you had been able to show up? If you're a parent, you might go back in time to all the ways you wish you could have shown up for your children in other years and other times. Great moment to practice that self-compassion, to give oneself that friendship. It's okay. You're doing the best you can. To really feel into the love that is there right now in your system, in your heart, towards yourself. And when we do that, we are changing not only our thoughts and feelings, but we're changing the frequency of our energy. And so self-compassion, you could say, creates a energetic signature that other people experience as well, as do animals and all of the parts of ourself. So the part of ourself that maybe as a younger child feels that healing. The part of ourself that might be fearful feels that healing. Self-compassion has a way of being so inclusive and universal in its ability to heal. So I look forward to the next time we meet, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week, and that you practice self-compassion.